A little bit about the momentum that left the market yesterday, and you can see this pretty clearly. I remember back in 99, 2000, we kind of had the same thing happen with a stock called MicroStrategy. I don't know if everybody remembers that, and it's actually been trading up the last few years, but that was after it's been reverse split, one for 10, one for 100. So it's nowhere near the value that it was back in the day. But MicroStrategy back in the day again had a similar thing happen before the rest of the market fell, and I wonder if Baidu is kind of that first warning across the bow, just like MicroStrategy offered back here in early 2000. You can see that stock did kind of the same move, was trading up to over 3,000 and then pulled all the way back to essentially zero. So just throwing it out there. There was a lot of names yesterday. The momentum, again, if you look at any of the momentum names from Baidu, and I would lump in Goldman Sachs, RIM. I'm throwing some of these charts up there. These things took huge. I mean, for Goldman Sachs to come off $12 in an intraday, really in 2 hours, is an unbelievable sell-off. 4 or 5% in a huge floated stock like that. VMware, another new name. That thing took it on the chin hard yesterday. I was just looking at some of the names that took the heat yesterday, and it was pretty much all momentum. First Solar is another name. Las Vegas Sands. And again, when you see full-on momentum being puked like that, there's definitely been a change in tide. Not that these things all can't go back to highs, but just something to think about, another feather to add to the cap as we go forward today. Oil is still trading around $83. It's 82.87. Gold this morning is 7.55, hanging tight up at the top. The dollar yen is back up 117.50, and again, I'm looking at 118 probably to start into some type of position there on the short side. TNX is up pushing 4.7 again. It's up 33 ticks, 46.91 on the 10-year. So we're back pushing to the top of that range as we close the week here. There's also a lot of concern that China is going to raise interest rates. There's been talk about that over the last couple days. I've read a lot of stories, people prophesizing about China raising rates. There's also a liquidity crisis going on in Russia that most aren't talking about that could affect the world markets. So there's a lot of things going on in the world financial markets that could affect us, being that we're also in a spot where things have been crazy. Finally, VIX again jumped up to 19 yesterday, closed out at 19.15, traded as high as 19.50-60 or so yesterday, and that's a good sign for us volatility traders, and we're happy to see that bounce right off of the 16 area again. 15 was kind of the point where we saw it would bounce. We got long some calls, and those are paying handsomely as volatility jumped huge yesterday, really from 16 up to almost 20. So you got almost a 30%, well, at least a 25% move on the volatility yesterday. So volatility is back, at least for now, and we're coming into a weekend, and earnings kick off big time. The next 2 weeks will be the biggest fat earnings periods. Back later today. Hope you have a good trading Friday. Looking for a bounce on some Fibonacci numbers here on the indices to trade. All the PPI numbers were benign, good. You know, they're neither good nor bad for me this morning. Retail fairly weak. So let's see where the market goes today.